Okay, so what we're doing with this set of notes is we're just going to learn how to read a computer printout so that we can find our linear equation. So there's two things you kind of look for. The main thing we look for is this thing that says coefficient. This one right here, the second one, this is the standard error or standard deviations for the coefficients. We're not going to worry about the T or P. That's something we're going to learn later in the year. Right here, it's going to say constant or it will say intercept, but that is the y-intercept. This one right here, let's change colors. This is slope. And so what you do is you use the numbers with that. So the y-intercept for this one is 438.525, and the income is represented by 0.51145. Okay, so you see how it says up top, it says cost versus income. Income is given as the slope, so that means I'm predicting cost. So it's going to be cost hat is equal to our y-intercept, which is 438.525, and then our slope is plus 0.51145 times income. Okay. It tells us S, this is our standard error for our residuals. So whenever we make a prediction using this equation, our prediction is off, can be off, or the standard error is 12.25. Here's your R squared value. So to find your R, you're going to take the square root of that. We're not going to use this. Okay? The only thing that you have to be careful with is a lot of times they're going to give you R squared, and so you have to look and see if this is negative. If slope is negative, make your R value negative. That's an important thing because they're going to give you squared, and squared numbers are never negative. Okay. All right, let's look down at the next example. Is this recording? Yep, it's recording. Okay, so again, we look for that keyword coefficient. That tells us the numbers we're going to have to use. And this one again had constant, so this is our y-intercept, which is this number. And then the number in words, that's our slope, which goes here. So it doesn't really say what's going on, but you see this here, minutes. It says we're predicting minutes. So our minutes hat is equal to 4.16165 plus 15.5088 units. Don't know what's going on here, but I'm predicting minutes from some kind of unit. Okay. Here's our R squared value. That's an important thing. Here's our S value. That's another important thing. That's our standard error. All this other information you don't really need. We'll talk about degrees of freedom later. We're never going to use the adjusted. You don't need to know about the T ratio probability. Okay. The only other thing that you might need to know is these. So if it asks you what the standard deviation or standard error is for slope, that's 0.505. And the standard error for our y-intercept is 3.355. Okay? But the main thing you look for is coefficients, and then you need to know which one's the y-intercept and which one is the slope. Y-intercept will always say either intercept or constant. Slope is going to have the variable that you use.